Hook bait options, I tried to keep it really simple, match the hatch. If I'm feeding maggots, I fish maggots on the hook, simple as that. So single, double maggot. I don't tend to use free maggots. I do a lot again when it's warmer, but this time of year I try and keep my bait as small as possible so the fish can suck it in as easily as possible. Single maggot sometimes don't stand out enough and you have to fish double maggot, but if you're foul looking fish, sometimes it's because your bait's too big and single maggot can be good. So play about with it, try single, try double. The biggest thing I would say is match your hook to suit the size of your hook bait. So for a single maggot, I use a 20s F1 maggot. For double maggot, I use an 18s F1 maggot. Now, a good little tip if you're fishing at distance is to dunk your pot under the water. That'll stop your maggots from bouncing out. Obviously, your maggots will be dry, they'll bounce out of your pot because your hole's quite big. So all I do, put the pot under the water and just push it in one motion. And on these pots, they've got little drainage holes, so it'll drain the water off. You've not got loads of water in your pot. And then I can go out there and I can empty my pot without the risk of spilling my maggots. Just before I ship out, I always like to feed these lines. You know, it's just the best time to feed them. You're not trying to hold your pole still and all the rest of it. I'll get to where I'm going. I've got a little bit of white tape there on my pole. Turn my pot round, give it a couple of little bangs. My maggots come out. I can just lift that rig back up, let it straighten. And all I'm doing this for is just to allow the fish to see my hook bait. And I can drop that last little bit in. And if there's any fish there now, because I've lowered my hook bait down reasonably slow, I've given them a chance of seeing it, they might pick it up that little bit quicker. If you just drop it in and then feed your bait on top of it, without really paying attention to your rig, you're not giving them the chance to see it, so therefore you're not going to get that quick bite. You've then got to wait for the fish to go and rummage through the rest of the maggots and find your hook bait. But if they see it falling, it just encourages them to sort of pick it up that little bit quicker. So again, pay attention to that. Now I've had a really good run on this line, but this one has just took probably 5 or 6 minutes to catch. I'm waiting quite a while, and I think that's because I'm just potting the bait. You know, I've built that sort of area up, but because we've had such a good run on it, my peg is now starting to slow. Now, if you're doing really well, there's no need to come off it, but I feel like because I've been priming these lines for so long now, if I move on to one of these lines, I'm going to catch a little bit quicker than what I am fishing out there.